Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. Don't forget to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNet TV. And while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentine. Okay, so Kids Comic Con is back with the 11th year of thrilling adventures with the theme Rainbow Rangers. Sounds colorful, right? Yeah, feeling that. The annual event actually hopes to encourage positivity through imagination and creativity. And joining us now to share more about the event, please welcome co-founder Alex Simmons. Hello.
How are you?
Thank you for being here. I get all giddy and childlike.
You're allowed. I do it too.
Thank you.
Well, we're just going to do it here now.
I appreciate that
right,
because, before we got on camera, I was just really saying to you, and I want to share with you guys how fascinated by him I am because of the work that he does. And you're kind of spread in various areas, but they all are geared towards child development. And I'm just curious to know what inspired you to gear all of your work in that direction.
Well, not all, but a major portion
right,
of it,
not the
for sure.
voiceovers, right?
Well, there's a couple of other things.
All right.
But the bottom line is, and I promise you I give you the small, short version, is I always start out by saying, I was blessed with a great mom. My mother was a single parent, and she did not crush my imagination. She did not crush my desire to think of, what possibilities were out there. And so for me, growing up, reading comics, television, films, all these things were just filtering through me, and then I would just come up with all these wild stories and everything. And I was raised in an era where people came to your school to do demonstrations. So musicians came, artists came, magicians came. And maybe we didn't appreciate it as much then, but I realized that these were the things also that stimulated me to wonder what was possible in the world. And I watched over the years that being taken away from kids. For over 30 years, I've just watched all of those experiences shrinking into like a teardrop. And it was ridiculous, it was ludicrous. And I felt that that was one of the things that killed a lot of children's creativity. A child is supposed to imagine one day I might be. And if they're convinced by 11 years of age that nothing's going to work out, or there's only this part of the block that is theirs, or nobody in my family's ever, then they're finished. And I didn't think that was right. So a lot of what I do is for fun, but it's also to stimulate the imagination and get you wondering, and also get you to understand how your education can filter through your art and support it.
And visiting.
See, that's a short version.
Right, I know, and I got it. I'm all in there. I'm like, yeah, tell me more,
Okay,
I already saw it. The child in me was already going to pop out. I already knew it once I met you because, well, aside from having reviewed the website and looking at the images that are there, and what I really appreciated about the comics is that they really are child-friendly in the sense that they're really geared towards stimulating a child's mind. And I'm saying that because, unfortunately, nowadays they actually use animation as a means of entertainment without being conscious of the children's mind, because of course they're going to be attracted to it, but then it's not for them. So it's kind of like weird. There's a weirdness going on right now with comics, superheroes, and animations.
Well, unfortunately, it's all about green. I mean, it's always been about green, but at least at a certain point in society's history, there was either a desire to help, as the people on before me said, create a whole human being, a decent citizen, a good American, whatever the attitude was. There was that desire as a part of let's make money. At a certain point, it became let's make money. Any way we can make money. As a matter of fact, forget the kids, let's go for the teens. Or forget the teens, let's go for the the hotshot adults, the yuppies, whatever. And it was all about the green. And the more you forget about the kids, the more you doom your present day and your future society. Absolutely. Kids who quit on themselves, those are the ones who are going to be in position when we're like, doddering old whatever. What we're leaving them is a mess. In order for them to maybe clean up some of that, they have to be thinking sharper and better and stronger and outside the box. And so it's our job to make that happen.
So let's talk a little bit about the social consciousness behind your work.
Oh, shucks. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know, but you got to give me the condensed version again.
All right. All right. So bottom line is, again, back to mom.
Right. We love mom. I love that you keep paying homage to her.
Yeah, I have
I'm
to.
a single mom, so I'm Thank you.
There you go.
There we go. We should have did the fist bump.
We can do that, but everybody expects that. My mom, one of the things she did when I was very young was she had not graduated high school, you know, before life did what it did, and then eventually she had me. So I was like 13 or 14. She went back and got her high school diploma. I still remember where she graduated from, and she brought me to that. That was her way of showing me the value of education, right? And then from that point on, it was never about this is going to stop us. It was never about, well, you're white, so or you're Asian, so No, it was all about meet people one-on-one, right? Make friends with people who are good people so you have good friends. It was all of that kind of stuff that she and my grandmother were sharing with me. So ultimately, it affects how I think about society. So when I see a lot of negative media about a particular race or economic group or whatever, I know that a good portion of that is absolute nonsense. You know, and subsequently, I understand it, but I also work with a lot of kids who are saying, well, you know, those people this and those people that. And I'm going, whoa, wait a minute. Have you met any of those people? No. Okay, let's start from there. So for me, a lot of my work has been about, yeah, I want to entertain, I want you to have a good time, I want you to think the work is good, but you have to be thinking, and you have to be evaluating, and you have to open your mind to possibilities, because otherwise this is where you're going to be 20 years from now. So it's infused in everything I do.
I know,
you know.
It's very inclusive,
Yeah.
and you know we're of the same mind. We actually come from the same background in thinking, and that is that we're all one race, one human race. That's it. It's one race, because you know my philosophy is like if we were being invaded by aliens from another planet, all of that would go out the window.
Yeah, that's right. You know, they're like, I'll take some dark meat, some light meat. You know, we're all taken, and also you know, children. That old adage about you've got to be taught. I have what we call the Kids Comic-Cons Comics Club International, and it's a web-based thing that I do where I introduce kids from one country to children from another through a comic book project. And they're getting to see the similarities, not the negativities, the similarities. And they can talk about the negativities, but now we're talking. We're not just assuming, we're not saying things under the table, we're communicating. And so again, it's all positive. And we got to hold on to that. And again, the couple who was the school that was here earlier said a lot of the same things that I believe in terms of how children are, you know, such a promising gift to us, and we should treasure that.
Absolutely, and we should nourish it and nurture it and water it and just make sure that they blossom
and find
beautifully.
like minds to help us. And I've been blessed to have a number of great people in my life, and you'll see even from. I hope you'll attend tomorrow, but even if you don't, have somebody take pictures for you. But, you know, we have some really great artists. Yeah, we have some great artists and some great, you know, puppeteers and people coming, you know, and it's just not just for the little children. You see the teenagers connecting to all this as well, you know, and those people are there because they want to be.
So what time is it from?
It's from 10 in the morning until 6 in the evening. It's at Bronx Community College, right here in the lovely Boogie Down Bronx.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the other beauty of it. It's like right here in our backyard, you guys. So thank you so much for coming by and sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
And you guys, the Kids Comic Con is taking place on Saturday, April 22nd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. in Colston Hall at Bronx Community College, located at 2155 University Avenue in the Bronx. And for more information, you can visit kidscomiccon.com. We're taking a quick break, but we'll be back with more Open after this. Don't go anywhere.